All right, here we are in the Demore garage. I pulled in the old beater, the Grand Cherokee, the 2009 Grand Cherokee here in the old workhorse garage. Watching a little bit of politics in a nice heated garage. I am about to,
Yeah, it looks good in here.
Hey Ten, there's Alex. I'm about to take this thermistor off.
18 years ago, it kind of was in there.
Yeah, well, it was a long time ago. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to replace it with, this other one I got on Amazon for 15 bucks. Well, I do. This is a thermistor, and that opens and closes with heat to allow the engine to cool itself and provide me heat in the car. This came with it too, so I gotta undo that and drain a little bit of the coolant and put that in there. I'll get back to you when I've got it done. Probably gonna make a little bit of a mess. Thanks for coming out. All right, the saga continues. Of course, nothing comes easy, right? So I did get that off. It's very loosely being held. I got the screw up top, the top screw off, and the bottom. Guess what happened with the bottom one? The bottom one, I had to hammer an 8mm bolt ratchet, and the top was a 9mm, which was unstripped. The bottom was stripped. It was a 9mm, but it was stripped. So I hammered an 8 over it just to untorque it, because obviously when Pat, my mechanic, changed my whole radiator and everything, he didn't bother changing a very difficult situation, because he probably stripped the bolt, or it was stripped from somebody else, bolt that goes under there. Regardless, I managed to get it off, and now I'm just letting it drain. That antifreeze is draining, and I have it draining. It's draining on a pan, like the protecting pan underneath there that protects the oil pan and everything. There's a shield, and it's draining on that, and it's just also falling into the, off the edge of that into that bucket. So whatever the displacement is of the radiator fluid in my engine block that's going to drain out. Then I'm going to pull that piece off, the old one of these off. So here's the explanation. This goes like this. The bottom bolt, that one there, was stripped. The top one was good. So I managed to get the bottom one off by pounding that 8mm screw ratchet off it, and then ratchet socket, I should say, of it. And then the 9mm came off easy because that was the regular size. So now it's just draining. When that's done draining, I will put this on there. And of course, to complicate the whole issue, there is a clamp around that hose. See this clamp? I cannot get it unclamped. It's to be squeezed. I can't. So I'm gonna. Fortunately, that part's still good. I'm just gonna change the thermostat. So I got a brand new part, just in case. It was for $5. It came with the thermostat. I probably could have bought this for 10 alone, but either way, I got this just in case I broke this other plastic one, because my luck is I pull this damn thing off, break the plastic one, and then I can't fix it that day. I got to order another one and all that bullshit. So I did that. So I'm letting it drain. I'll come back later. Sorry about all the talking. So I made a mess. Watching Robert Kennedy talk about health and the way our country with the ultra processed crap is killing our kids and big pharma. I made a mess under here everything poured out because I finally popped out the thermostat. It looked like it unjammed because then it started. But I'm gonna try and it fell down here onto that protective plate. So I'm gonna try and lift it up. Oops, I had it. Damn it.
You mentioned the word courage. I don't know anybody who doesn't demonstrate courage more.
There we go.
I don't know anybody.
There we go. There it is. Old
I don't know anybody
thermostat.
who's been more vilified and ridiculed
Let's see.
and marginalized and canceled or paid.
It's an old crusty one. It does look like it's closed, but maybe it was opening way too soon. I don't know. It needs to stay closed. I think it was opening way too soon because it didn't gush out when I first opened it up. It gushed a little bit, but not as much as I thought it would. And then I had to press down on that trigger there to let some more out. So it worked, but once it probably worked way too soon. Like it got hot and then shrunk before it should have. It should have stayed open or closed longer to keep the heat in there for the heater core. But anyway, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna top this thing up with fluid, back it out, and see if I got heat. Thanks for coming out. Well, here we are a day later. I finally got the flange off the thermostat. Right here, I'll show you a good picture of that. See how it's off? Let's see if I could show it. Right there. Why is that so dark? That flange there has the thermostat. That flange houses the thermostat. Well, the bolts were stripped. This machine bolt was stripped. This is a good one. Here is the bad one. I had to use a bolt extractor. That's what those marks are. Got this cool little kit from Harbor Freight, and it worked pretty good. So I got that out, and I picked up some new bolts from the hardware store. I wasn't sure if this one would work, so I bought another one just because I don't want to do the back and forth. So look at this. So this is the old one. I can manually push this back, this little spring-loaded. I should not be able to push that back. This is a real tight one, I want to say. And I put a different gasket around it.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's going on?
I want to prove myself right. Ask me.
Okay. Well,
What?
all right, I'm going to put this on pause.
A bunch of mail.
So, yeah, please bring that in. So, this is the new one.
Oh,
And this one is really hard. I can't manually push it in. So, it's going to hold the fluid in the engine. It's going to get warm enough to then be forced to go through my heater core and keep things warm before opening up and being cooled by the radiator. That's the job of the thermostat. Problem is I ended up buying that whole new kit, which was nice. That came with a new one of them, but it came with a new thermostat in this and a new gasket. But unfortunately, this gasket needs to be fatter if I'm going to keep this same flange on, which I'm going to do. I figured, why not just keep that flange on, because it appears to be plastered on there. So we'll see if this gives it new life. This old beater, 09, 225,000 miles on her, still clicking, but I'd like to have a little heat. It's in the teens and 20s, which isn't bad, but it did go to the single digits last week. So I'll come back and we'll see if this works. Well, it's on. We're going to find out if it leaks, because yesterday I had it on and it leaked. Evidently, like I said, with that with that other flange, it needs the proper gasket. With this new flange, it needed this new gasket. I couldn't use this new gasket on that old flange. So, we'll see if she holds water. Literally. Thanks for coming out. Well, I think it's done. Let's find out. Looking good. Doesn't appear to be any leaks down there. And we'll see if I get heat. All right. Thanks for coming out, guys. What a beautiful day.